The elusive 4,000 watch hours, the impossible goal YouTube puts before us before reaching the promised land of monetization and sponsorships. How can we ever get there without the boost from the algorithm?
That's a great question. In today's video, I am going to go over with you all about how I was able to get monetized on YouTube in what feels like an impossible amount of time, 1 month. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Sharon, and on Every Single Dollar, we talk all about business and personal finance. Just 6 months ago, I was in over $1.4 million of debt after our business was closed due to the global pandemic. And in 6 short months, I have paid off over $1.2 million, and I'm not stopping there. Opening our brick and mortar business was probably one of the biggest moments of my life. It started as a dream and idea, became a reality after a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I was at my happiest and most fulfilled because I was doing everything that I loved about life. I was building something, I was creating, I was being a part of something bigger than myself, my community, and I was able to make money while I did that. Then 2020 happened, and well, it ended it all. We lost everything in our business. We closed its doors and we used what little savings we had left to close it. I was left with nothing. So I turned to YouTube. I really wanted to tell my story, a story that not many people hear because usually small business owners have too much pride to really share the harsh realities of owning a business. So I posted my first video cold turkey, no class, no plan, no nothing. Just putting it out there, what my current situation was as a small business owner. And this leads to my first step in getting monetized, and that was learning from the experts. I started taking classes, and I do recommend doing that, either watching free YouTube videos or taking a class from someone so that they can really teach you all the tips and tricks that can make the process so much more efficient for you and just easier. And the course that I bought was Sunny Lenarduzzi's YouTube for Bosses. And like most courses, it tells you to focus on SEO and keyword search. And so that's what I did. And it worked. I started looking at the analytics of my first video, and I noticed that this one word kept coming up in every single search term where people were finding me, and that was debt. My debt confession, my debt payoff, my plan to get out of debt, everything was debt related. So I started doubling down on any idea I could come up with that had to do with debt, student loan debt, business debt, credit card debt, and paying it off. So budgeting and personal finance. And I did this because that's what my courses told me. They said, look at what people are coming to you for and double down on that, exploit it. That's how you're gonna get more and more people to view your video. And it did work. My first video I ever had, I posted it, I think back in August or September, and it now has 34,000 views. And I didn't have any subscribers. And then I started upping my game a little bit. I started using TubeBuddy. I would put in different search terms and I would look at the results that came up for that search term. I would see if there was any possibility that I could also show up in the algorithm for those search terms. You know, if I wanted to do a video on how much money we made to get out of debt, I would put that in and I would see what would come up and see if I had any chance at all to being successful with that keyword. So then I would follow those channels that showed up for the keyword searches that I was interested in, and I would start engaging in the comments down below. Now, you don't want to spam people. You don't want to blatantly send them to your channel, but you want to start engaging, because when you start engaging in the comments, people are like, who's this person about? That I always click on them, see if they have their own channel, because if they're interested in the same topic I am, maybe I would enjoy their channel. And what happened was people started coming to my channel because I was engaging in comments on other people's videos. So you definitely have to put the work in. If you want a community, you have to put the work in to start building that community. So these were all really good ideas for getting monetized. They worked, trust me. I have the analytics to prove it. But the problem is I started getting really burnt out on these topics. It was only about debt and personal finance and budgeting, and people were really interested in what my numbers were because I think I'm in a very unique situation with owning a business. But I started getting burnt out. I don't really want to talk about only debt and personal finance. There are other things that I'm interested in doing. But if I listen to these courses and what these course creators or these educators are saying, it's no, you have to double down on what these keyword searches are. If you aren't going to show up for this topic, don't even bother doing it. And I think that's because we're focused on the wrong thing. We are so obsessed with being successful. It's we get a dopamine hit if our video hits, 2,000 views in the first hour. And If our next video doesn't, we think that there's something wrong. So we go into the analytics and we're constantly trying to figure out how to get more eyes on us. Because for us, that's a measurement of success. It's not actually enjoying the video or enjoying telling a story and being creative and learning different techniques. It's on getting that dopamine hit. And that's what I really want to stop myself from getting into. I want to make content that I find interesting, even if it's not going to show up on someone's YouTube home. It's because I enjoy doing it. And I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to have a long career on YouTube. Now, I do have to make money, so I'm just going to have to think of other ways to do it. But churning out a video every single day is definitely not going to be the way that I can do it. I just can't sustain that lifestyle. So if you're here because you're a YouTuber, does this resonate at all with you? What's your biggest challenge in making content? Let me know in the comments below. Is it the constant cycle of churning out content and video after video after video? My brick and mortar business made me so happy because I had finally found that balance between making money and being creative. And at the end of the day, the viewers on my YouTube channel are my customers, and I have to give them content that they find interesting. But I also have to put out content that I find interesting and enjoy making. But just like in any business, if you let your customers or your viewers determine exactly what your business is gonna look like and what you produce, you will lead to failure because no one wants to do that in the creative process. I've even heard of people looking at and researching what videos are viral and setting up situations that look real but aren't authentic at all just so they can get views, because we are in this constant obsession with success. We want to have successful videos. I don't even think to make money. I think just because we want the dopamine hit of having successful videos. And my most popular videos were ones that I reveal my real numbers, my real budget, my real income, our real debt. Those are the most popular videos that I get on YouTube. But I can't let my story and the personal aspects of it become a product that I monetize and make money off of. The lesson here is to work towards finding the delicate balance between sharing your passions, which for me is business and getting out of debt, and the creative ways I can share that story to my viewers. I'm not only going to be changing up my YouTube channel, I'm also going to be changing up my Etsy shop. So I won't be posting videos for the next couple weeks. You'll hear back from me the first week in January, but definitely go over to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Every Single Dollar. I'll be sharing the whole process about how I'm starting my new Etsy shop, rebranding my YouTube channel. I'll be sharing all of that over there. So please go over and give me a follow at Every Single Dollar. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You've made it this far. You might as well go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this video, please give that like button some love. It really helps others find my channel and it helps me in the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of 2020. I'll see you back next year.